Hey there, folks. It appears like something is happening inside of USPSA. I haven't talked about it a whole lot on YouTube because it's been kind of a stale subject lately. People are kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with USPSA, and it looks like something is coming. Now, Ben Berry, Area 6 director, put out a podcast a couple days ago talking about what's going on with the board, that kind of stuff. And if you're, I'm going to talk about it, you should pay close attention to precisely what is happening at this point and what was said. The board is trying to pass a bylaw that will allow them to strip individual duties from the president. What the president, Yeemin Lin, who, just for the record, I think he's a turd. I think he sucks at everything. He doesn't do a good job. In any event, they're trying to get the ability to strip duties from him. Now, I've heard from a bunch of people, like friends of mine, Yeemin is not really doing anything right now. Like, I know guys like, hey, I'm trying to go to do this match in Africa or whatever. That's just like, he's not responsive. He's not making stuff happen. And as one of his duties, I think he has 3 of them, is, here they are. Chairman of the meetings, IPSC regional director, and nationals match director. That's his duties. And under the IPSC RD thing, he has to be pretty involved in getting U.S. shooters like slots to other matches. And he just has to be a little bit in the mix. He doesn't have to do that much, but he's just like, stuff has to flow through him, if that makes sense, in terms of slots, information, approvals, that kind of stuff. He needs to be in the mix on that stuff, and he's not doing it. Like, I know he's not doing it. Chairman of the meetings is another thing he has to do. Like what he did, Ben Berry put this out, and this is like, ooh, this is telling. Yeemin just did not include on the agenda the proposed bylaw change that the board wanted to do. He just flatly refused to include it. Now, what that does is, like, the board cannot then change the bylaws because it has to be in the meeting minutes or like put out early, like, hey, this is the bylaws changes we intend to do, to give like the members some notification, I think. And then they can change the bylaws. So Yeemin just didn't do it, refused to do it. And if you look at that, it's just like, oh, this is not a very good sign. Not a very good sign for Yeemin. That's the sort of thing that's going to be not too good for his presidency. So reading the tea leaves here, here's what I think is going on. Yeemin is legitimately fucking up his job. I think legitimately, quite badly. Do I think the board wants to yeet him? No, I really don't think they want to. I don't think they want that smoke. I don't think they want to deal with the backlash that they're going to get from the membership. Because the membership is not keyed in on any of this stuff. And I don't think Yeemin's going to tell them the truth, and the board's going to feel constrained. The board can't say that much because it's an employment thing. So on the PR front, Yeemin getting yeeted is not going to be good for the board. They're going to catch him shit. Whether he deserves it or not, like, is not going to be good. So I don't think they even want to do that. I think they're giving themselves like some other way to deal with the situation without getting rid of him. So that's pretty interesting. And it's an interesting move from the board. It's a little bit smart, actually. If you sit and think about it, it's a nuanced way to handle it. But anyway, looking forward, I would not be surprised if duties get removed from Yeemin, or just Yeemin gets removed based on, I don't know how he's going to react to this or what's happening behind the scenes. But when it gets to the point where he's just like, no, I'm not including this stuff in the agenda, it's like, oh boy. Like, if I was on that board, I'd be looking at this guy's like, well, I was on the bubble with you before, dude, but now I'm just gonna punt you. It'd be what I was kind of thinking, because you're just like obstructing the board from doing board stuff, which it's not good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Yeemin gone. I don't believe that this is a political thing. I think politically they don't want this. I think they don't want none of this. And it's a little bit funny that it's coming down to this, but it might be interesting to see what happens. I'll be watching the USPSA thing. I'm I'm rooting for these guys. I hope they right the ship. I'm really, really, I'm, the whole power structure of all of these guys that punted me has been destroyed. It's great. Like Leighton lost his proxy election. So Hot Dog 2.0 won't be taking office. And Leighton can just like angrily cling to office until the end of the year. And then he's going to be out of there too. And that's going to be funny. That from where I sit, that's, I believe a few years ago, I promised I was coming for all of them. And that's promises made and promises kept, because they will all be gone. So that makes me a little bit happy. But at the same time, the ship is not righted yet. There's clearly some dysfunction going on here, and I'm hoping that they get it sorted out.